Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are white chocolate crescent cookies. These particular cookies are, well, they're just delicious with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Most of the time I make them around Christmas, but these cookies can be made, well, all around the year, that's for sure. So let's get started. We're going to start off with 1 stick of salted butter that's been at room temperature, and that's you know, a half a cup. Okay, so we'll put that into our mixer and begin to break it up and cream it. Okay. The next thing that you're going to be putting in is a cup of granulated sugar, a little at a time, and cream with the butter. And that shouldn't take you very long at all. And you can also use your hand mixer if you prefer, instead of using your stand. The next thing, we're going to go a little bit out of order than we're used to, because we're going to put our vanilla in, and that's 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Just till it's combined. We're also going to be putting in 1 egg that we've had at room temperature. Just beat it till it's nicely smooth and well combined, okay? All right, now let's work on our dry ingredients. What you have is will need 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, and you're going to be putting in 1/3 cup of unsweetened baking cocoa, okay? And I'm just going to kind of stir this in with the flour here, okay? And then we're slowly going to add this to the wet ingredient, a little at a time. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. You want to stay with it till it becomes a cookie dough. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit, warn you of the sound. Okay, and believe it or not, that the little bit faster that you go at the end, it'll immediately form a cookie ball for you and the cookie dough. I'm going to take the excess off my paddle here and set that aside. And then with my spatula, I'm just going to make sure that everything got combined down to the bottom. And if it didn't, I'm going to just mix it in with my spatula. Okay? These cookies are really easy to make. And once you bake them up, it looks like you spent hours baking them. It really do. Okay. And then now you have your cookie dough, and it really smells just delicious. You can smell that chocolate. Okay, so, and if you notice too, there's no baking soda, no baking powder, no additional salt or anything like that. So it's like I said, it's a really easy recipe. You'll need, of course, a cookie sheet or pan. You don't have to spray it, you don't have to grease it. Go ahead and use your parchment paper if you prefer, or whatever, okay? And what you're going to do is, you're just going to really grab about an inch ball or so, and then once you do that, just roll it in your hand to about 3½ inches. You know, you don't have to be exact, but about that, a 3.5-inch log. And then just take the little log and bend it a little bit. We'll do another one into a crescent. Again, just take a ball and then roll it as a log to about 3.5 inches. If it looks like it's too long, I just actually just break it off, as you could just notice me do that. And then I just put it on my tray and make a little crescent. So just grab about an inch ball, roll it into a log into your hands. If it's a little too long, just break it off, re-roll it, and then place it on your pan. Now they will spread when you bake them. So you do want to give them some spacing in here, you know, about 2 inches or so for the baking. Now they're going to bake at a lower temperature. They're going to bake at 325 degrees, and they're going to take you anywhere from 15 to 17 minutes. Now when they do come out of the oven, let them sit on the hot pan for just a minute or two before you move them to the cooling rack, because they are very delicate and they're fragile, and then they'll crack or break on you. So, and do watch them closely because they can burn very easily. What you do want to do though is when you bake them, you want to just test with your clean fingers just to see if the cookie is relatively hard on the outside, but what you want is the inside to be soft. So you don't want to over bake them either. Okay, so let's set that aside. And let me rinse my hands quickly. I don't want to touch cookies that I've had raw dough on my hands, okay? All right, now, this is how they're actually going to bake up without them being rolled in the white powdered sugar. As you can see, they're a nice crescent, a nice really golden brown on the bottom. The top is just relatively just color of chocolate, okay? And what you're going to also need is about a 1/2 cup of your powdered sugar in a bowl. And while they're still warm, it is a little bit easier to roll them in the powdered sugar. You don't want them hot though. It'll stick. It'll stick better. These are cool though, but I'll show you. They still roll quite nicely in the powdered sugar when you put them in. And they are really simple just to roll them in the sugar. Now, I'd like to show you a dish that of course have all been done already. They just are pretty cookies. They're very dainty. They're great with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, that kind of thing. And I want to break one open to show you. Okay, they're going to have a harder, remember, finish on the top and the bottom, but when you break them open, then you'll see that it's a softer, moister cookie inside. You probably can't see that, but once you bake them and you try one, you'll see how the centers are. They really are just a great little tasting cookie. Again, try not to over bake them unless you like a crisper cookie. That'll be fine too. It still will taste fantastic. Well, there you have it. White chocolate crescents. Really easy to make, and they're fun to make too. If you try this recipe and you like it, well, leave a comment because I always like to hear from you. If you'd like to also give me a like for the video, I'd really appreciate it. I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake. As a reminder, my videos are only shown on YouTube. I appreciate you watching today, and if you feel inclined, please subscribe to my channel. And thanks again for watching Diane Lovetobake. See you soon.